Yo, good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Don't we all, Cooler SK? So, we're in the process of adding logic to the creature generation graph. So we have visuals, we have attributes, we have actions, and now we're gonna add interactions. It's gonna be very similar to how we added actions. So actions is something the entity does, and interactions, maybe we'll rename it, but that's something that the entity, or that some entity does, or some other entity does to the entity. Does that make sense? Actions and I don't know. So let's see, I don't recall how far we got on this node. So let's take a look. Add focus Add interaction focus editor node. Okay, looks good. Input count 2, output count 1, animate entity, game object, yeah. So the second input here is I think it's going to be a body reference or something later on, but it's like the part of the entity it uses to focus on something. So that's probably going to be the eyes or whatever for the playable character. And yeah, so on. Yo, what's up, PG King? Good morning. Hope you had a wonderful weekend, man. And let's do it. Let's do it. Looks like we pretty much added the full the full thing. So let's see. Congratulations on the 3 stream streak, Cooler SK. It means a lot to me, even though I don't have any special prizes and such. So what I want to check is animate entity, focusable, new game object. Beautiful, so we should actually be able to focus this one. Unfortunately, it's Monday. When we converted the action system or built upon the action system, or we made it from a prefab type of system to a system we generate on the fly. So what I mean is, previously when we created our creatures, temporary creatures, we built them as a prefab and added mono behavior scripts and such. This time around we instantiate the game object and then we build it like we specify in the graph. And when moving from mono behavior instantiated objects and classes and scripts to this, we had to change a few things, which means that the playable actions aren't getting instantiated correctly right now. So we can't actually test if this one is focusable. But we might as well fix it now. So this is pretty cool. We can actually see here that the blob generates with unique shape, unique material, unique eyes, unique properties, and so on and so on. What happened to, we're gonna there we go. Movement finishing, beautiful. It's actually a great feeling seeing everything come together. I just want to do this because I think it's so ugly. We need to polish it before we use it. So we have something like pre-jump done. Yeah, fuck this one. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to start adding back the actions to the playable character, and we're going to try and fix them as we go. So right now we only need focus. So we're going to add focus, see if we can instantiate correctly, and see if we can focus everything. when this domain is done reloading. Nice. Character 01 prefab. Can we do transform rigid body? Let's just minimize all these. And then we have playable entity. It's focusable. So here's also if something focuses on this one, it's gonna focus on the head. So that's gonna be the focus point. It's also interactable, but we don't have any specifics for that one. Attribute handler. Let's see if we fetch that one properly. Playable entity. Or you know what? Animate entity. Dynamic entity. Attribute handler. Public, public, public. Yeah, we're gonna fix that, I think. Post attribute handler. I wonder if... I think we're gonna do this. Get private set. I'm gonna do it like this instead. I think. And then we jump to, what was it? Set attribute or add attribute handler runtime node. This. Okay, that's one thing. Like, honestly, the less stuff we show here, the better. There's now we're moving away from like setting up our creatures and entities as prefabs. We don't really need to show that much information here, right? Okay, so interactable list, and then we have playable action handler. Playable action. Action list I think is temporary as well, but we might as well keep it for now. This we're gonna move to body eventually. Playable actions, playable action focus, maximum. What do we have here? Generic inspect. Yes, we add these two, but playable action focus. Or did we playable entity, playable action handler? And eventually I also want to move away from these wrapper classes. I think we can handle it in some fancy way. Or I sure hope so. So let's see, destroy. This is good. Update active actions. And then let's see, I think it's this one. Animate entity. Action handler. Do we not try and fetch it here? Awake, animate entity. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we want to skip this. Playable entity. Yo, what's up, Coda Cube? I'm good. Trying to get the interactables to generate via the graph. How about you? And what I want to do here is action handler. Nope. For Cube, I always want updates on the renderer. Replaced global illumination with probe system. Reworked blur. Fibonacci sampling. Thank God for Git, indeed. Indeed. So when you say you reworked blur, in what way did you rework it? I'm actually interested in all of the things. Eventually in this game I want to do, I'm still a very big fan of depth of field effects. I don't like them during gameplay because I think it depends on the style. I don't want to use depth of field during gameplay, But when the player open menus and stuff like that, that's when I really want to utilize depth of field. And the reason I need to implement my own system, or I don't know, wrap the Unity system, is because I need to handle outlines in a good way. So everything blur adjacent, big interest to me. Fuck, be careful with all commands. Okay, so we get the action handler like this, and then I want to do action handler instantiate this here, which means that we're gonna call this one. So then we get input definitions and so on and so on and so on. World space blur buffer, blur amount in R channel, depth in G channel, and separate objects in B channel. Oh, so you're gonna do a depth of field, right? Why do you need a depth in G in this case? Or, like, I'm wondering, do you have a separate depth texture or not? And couldn't you use that one if you have it? Does that make sense? Okay, let's see if we get any errors when we fire this bad boy up. Some reason it's 3% faster. Okay. Is it because you're using less bits to represent it? Oh, yeah. This is the issue we have. Playable action handler, of course. Of course. Oh. Yes, okay, I get it. We still want to do this, but we definitely don't want to do this. That's quite a FPS jump. We already called this one. I'm stupid. Optimizing stuff is actually extremely fun. Like the The complexity of optimizing something without degrading anything about it. I love it. And congratulations. Yo, what's up, Scafer? Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Object reference not set. Yeah, okay, we don't. Yeah, okay, we need to handle this. And post action handler. That's nice. How's the weather where you live, Codecube? Insane as in warm? Scafer. Congratulations on cleaning up the bathroom. Yeah, I've had a few of brain rot adjacent weekends as well. But lately, though, I've tried to keep away from it. It hasn't stopped raining in 27 hours. God damn. Where I live, we have a little bit of a water crisis currently. It hasn't rained for a long time. Or not rained properly for a long time. But okay, what I think here is get action, get value or default. Yeah, we should get null. So that should be okay. What I'm worried about is that action handler here isn't instantiated. Playable action. Instantiate. We do it in instantiate here. How the hell can it not be? Fucking hell, hope you don't get another flood. 6 days of non-stop rain. I mean, it's cozy for a day, maybe 2 tops. But then... We have a little bit of a flooded theme this Monday, it seems. Yeah, don't you have any other exercise you can do, Scafer? I know it's so fucking true. Like, when I drop off my habits, which include eating certain stuff, exercising at certain days and stuff like that, like, if I drop off from that routine, I so easily get into, like, maybe not the new generation of brain rot, but the mindless scrolling. So I hear you. I like to have 2 different types of exercises, you know. One that you can do with pretty much nothing, so you don't have any excuses. Like running. Fucking hell, you can run without shoes even. And then you have lifting weights or something like that. Okay. So it seems like actions gets instantiated before we actually... It makes no sense. Host. Oh. Oh. Now we set host. Action handler is also set. This one should be null, which means that we shouldn't do this stuff, right? Yeah, the smell of rain, especially during like if you have a hot summer day before and then rain on the tarmac. Yeah, relatable, Schaefer. But jungle gyms are amazing though. And I actually like... okay, 30 degrees. Maybe not, but like exercising when it's like 20, 25. That fucking rules, man. If you bring enough water. I wanna see... I'm actually gonna do this here, because I wanna see... what it is. Oh, let's do it like this. Host. Or maybe... yeah, let's do it like this. If host... host is null if action handler... oops. Okay, I just want to see which one of those two it is. Was is okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Huh. I know this one. Get value or default. Yo. Oh. I want to do automated tests as well. I don't even know where to start. Do you think humid is good, Schaefer? I think I prefer it dry, very dry. Yeah, when it's humid, everything feels wet. It sucks. Just walking to the store makes you feel disgusting, pretty much. Okay, this issue is weird. Look at this. I hope I learned something at the end of this. Host is not null. Action handler is not null, which means that we can call get action. But if this one returns null, we just skip this, right? This conditional here. Which means that we probably get an error here. So I'm wondering if it's this one that's null, but that doesn't make much sense to me since we instantiate it here, right? Or do we? Just to make sure, I'm gonna do this. Okay, post action handler is null. Okay, there we go. Monday morning, let's go. Action handler is null. Playable action, let's see here. Playable entity, or actually animate entity. We define our action handler here. Get protected set. For the character, we have playable action handler here. How the hell can it be null? What is it you usually repair on a Steam Deck? I wonder. Is it most like is it the hard drive or the SSD then, or is it the battery? I'm a little bit sad about the Steam Deck price increase. I've been eyeing it for a while. Yeah, batteries. Fuck. I hate that the batteries pretty much decide the lifetime of the thing. I had a very nice MacBook Pro from 2011, and the battery quit on me in 2015, I think, which it was way too early for me to get rid of that MacBook. I felt it. Doesn't Godot have a garbage collector? Okay. Thanks for letting me know. That's gonna be great knowledge when I eventually start playing around in Godot. Only ref counted object that you can use. Alright. Yo, what's up, Derek? Hope you had a wonderful weekend, man. Yeah, the batteries are a pain to reinstall. I wonder as well, like, how much protective gear do you have when doing it? Because they are very flammable, right? And fucking hell, all the things in a battery scares me. Not good to breathe that in. Speaking of Macs, I found a way to get full Apple emojis on Linux. Yeah, they have pretty nicely designed emojis. But okay, how the hell is it that our action handler is null when we set it in prefab? Is it because we Hmm. Do I remove it somewhere? Animate entity. Dynamic entity doesn't have an action handler. So what do we have here? We have instantiate, update. On destroy, we destroy it. Can perform action, get type. What the hell? Do we have a serialization issue here? I just want to double check if that's the case. Fucking hell, CodeCube, you're gonna have to send me a or post an image on Discord how your Linux looks, because I'm quite interested. And as I read about GCs and reference counting, it seems that it's impossible to resolve circular references without having an additional pass over all the references to look for circular dependencies. Oh, yeah. Like, circular dependencies are... like, in very few cases you can't, or you're gonna have to rely on it to simplify stuff, right? But like, I try to avoid circular dependencies as much as some people try to avoid singleton pattern, you know? So always, if I notice that my implementation leads to a possible circular dependency, I always like put a comment down that this is a circular dependency. We need to be very careful with this shit. But I mean, yeah, having a garbage collector is pretty nice. But having a garbage collector is also going to lead to problems on its own, you know? So you're going to get like performance spikes every now and then when the garbage collector does its job. And if you don't want that, you're going to have to handle it. Like manually invoke when the garbage collector should do its stuff. Right? Okay, let's just see if this works. I'm pretty perplexed of this from this one, actually. It makes no sense. Label action focus. There's a lot of misinformation about GCs. I bet there is. What bothers me here is that, let's see. So we actually do this, then we do this. Then we do this. And we do this, and finally we do oh, do we have another issue now? So it was a serialization issue. Interesting. Interesting. On an unavailable change, remove all listeners. Oh, but then we have this one again. So we actually get this issue first. Oh, yeah. Exactly, yeah. It's nice to have a garbage collector because you can be a little bit more relaxed, but you definitely shouldn't go crazy. So what this tells me is that this one is not instantiated. Big Shop setup posting an off topic, appreciate it. Gonna take a look after the stream. On unavailable change. How is it possible? Yeah, I know, Codecube. They are sick. Appreciate it. Just saw your comment on the short right at the start of the stream as well. Fucking hell, changing the backdrop improves the feeling so much. The visuals we have currently on the skybox, it's something like that. I would... they are just part of the skybox. But when I get the time, I'm probably gonna need a lot of time. But like how it looks right now is what I would like to achieve with ray marching 3D clouds, you know. So this skybox is temporary, but I want to mimic it with shaders eventually. Yeah, any write-up and resources you have on that subject, Codecube, is very much appreciated. Scafer, I hate skeletons and bones, but shoot. I'm wondering if we have an issue with instantiating it like this. When it's not a serialized object. But in this case, it is a serialized object. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I love 2 AM code. And now we have this issue again. I wonder what happened with this code. Add action focus. Ooh. Oh. This issue is actually from our... have you done any deformable clothes for your character? Yeah, the ones you see right now. They are actually separate objects. I've been meaning to do a video on it eventually. So what I do with my apparel system is that in the modeling software, so Blender, I skin the apparel to the same skeleton that the character has, and that's how I export it as well. But then when we add these apparel to the character, we have a apparel handler class that pretty much takes the object and replaces all references to the skeleton with the character skeleton. So this shirt, the pants, the shoes, all of them are being deformed by the actual skeleton the character has. But like, since in the modeling software or in the export, in the model file, they refer to the same skeleton, we can just change those references at runtime, you know? And then I have apparel that also has their an extra skeleton apart from that to add some extra jiggle and stuff like that, you know? But I think, so the key to all of this is a method called add apparel, and then we do, is it where? Yeah, this one. No. Let's see. Apply armature. This one is the key. So we just take all the bone references, from the armature deforming the character, and then we add those bones to the skin mesh renderer of the apparel. I have dabbled in like separate skeletons. It should, in Unity, I think the biggest problem was you need to set up the rigid bodies properly, because if a rigid body is non-kinematic, that's like the new base node. So the rigid body above that one in the hierarchy ignores it. Hi, CodeCube. Always appreciated when you drop by. Yeah, 3 AM. 3 hours of sleep, man. I don't know how you do it. But it should work, Scafer. It should work. So I guess you can do this. This shouldn't interfere with it if the bones are named differently. But they should be. Okay, but this null issue is boggling my mind. So this issue we have here actually comes from our blob. And that is because animate entity, action handler, protected set. Yeah, animate handler. Add animate entity runtime node. Oh, yeah. Add animate entity. What the fuck? Convert game object to animate entity. I'm wondering if this one is not doing its job. Yes. Yes. Okay, I screwed up. I screwed up by removing one thing here. Escape. So the export from Blender will probably break something. Answer is computer science brain, I guess. That's what I think about, but does it mean anything else? Oh. Yeah, that's definitely a blessing, isn't it? Yeah, I think I unfortunately removed no I'm gonna blame this on Mondays. What is native AOT? I love what I'm hearing, Schaefer. Yo, what's up, Vile Plume? Make one of the creatures a Vile Plume. I don't know. If you will sponsor my lawyer costs, I might do it. Get value or default value cannot be null. Dictionary is null. Yes. Okay, so all of the changes I did previously were fucked. just wanted to make C# faster. That's a big undertaking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yes. When did you add clouds? I improved the backdrop just recently. I got a little bit uninspired by the old skybox, so I added it this past week, I think. I have a short on my YouTube about it. It's temporary, however, and AI generated. But just seeing this infinite landscape helps a lot as well. Looks very anime indeed. Yeah, Cooler SK, I did. But I can say with 100% certainty that this skybox is temporary. Like, I want to replace it with a dynamic shader-based skybox. I just wanted something pretty in the meantime. In the past, I have worked a lot with textures.com and similar sites. But this time around, they didn't have anything like exactly how I wanted it. And the few sites that did had it only in low resolution. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck, my time is limited. The budget is limited. But I promise, it's temporary. Kodacube, I chose C# for ease for beginners and fast iterations board. There is no excuse. Like, I agree with you, Kodacube, by the way. I'm gonna see if I can Bob Ross some clouds, Bob Ross my own skybox, and then we can compare. Like, textures has never been my strong. Like, if you look at everything I've done in the past, it's mostly textureless, or I used very good artistic free textures online, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna do my own skybox and then we can compare them. Okay, so this actually works. That's great. But I'm letting you know, if I see an AI label on your Steam page, I will buy your game. Just leave a negative review. I'm like, The AI label on Steam actually scares me a bit, so I'm gonna do my best to avoid it, and that includes replacing this one. Oh yeah, that brings me back. Texture packs on CDs. Damn, people that do PlayStation style-esque games should really start looking around for CDs, those CDs. That would be so cool. Holy shit, that would be cool to have in a game. Texture straight from the 90s. Yeah. But okay, I wonder why we can't focus on our beautiful character here. Interactionable list, focusable, inspectable. Why aren't we focusable? We can focus on this one. Right? Target blob. And here we are not focusing it. Your target character 01 prefab, but it's already. It's almost as if. Do we not instantiate? Yeah, CodeCube, I read about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see an extreme price hike on all of it. Yeah, I would say the day I use AI to generate like Facebook memes, that's when we have truly lost me. There's no excuse. Oh, here we have a circular dependency. Why can't we focus? Oh, yeah. Okay. So when we do interactable, focusable, we never do this one, do we? Yes, I see. So in entity, we have this one. But we only use it here. Okay, that makes sense. Yes. So yeah, we're gonna do... I wonder how I want to handle this now that I might want to have this be instance like created from prefabs as well. So if you go on YouTube in a private tab, watch a couple of videos from search, and then go to the homepage, it's all slop, brain rot, fake AI story videos, and fake grandmas. Yeah, that shit I hate. It's crazy. I'm still looking forward to, like, I've always been like, I like that internet can be anonymous, right? I think that's extremely valuable. But I would also like to have a part of internet that's not anonymous, you know? Where you can post your serious shit. I've also wanted to have my own, like AI running on my own hardware. There are so many content farms now because you can just generate video after video without even touching anything and get money from ads. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's extremely sad. Like when I do my videos, I put so much time and effort into them. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think AI is definitely a great tool, but it does like minimize the time to slop. Like we've always had slop everywhere. Asset flips, that's just another kind of slop, you know. So AI have enabled a great many things, but it has also enabled or shortened the time to produce slop. Oh yeah, the filters would be nice, but you can't trust them either. I know that schools use them a lot, right? To see if anyone cheated with AI. And sometimes it gives false positives. So, we have a problem here with Interactable. So, for some stuff, or would I? No, Okay, if that filter exists, I would love to have it. So I'm wondering here, when we talk about entities in this game, like apples, stuff like that, we're probably gonna generate them using graphs as well. So maybe, just maybe, we can do this. Yeah, but I mean, so they've always tried to add unnecessary stuff to our things, right? AI is just a new thing. Like, one thing I can't comprehend, that I don't understand at all, are smart TVs. Why the fuck would I want my TV to be smart? It should take an input and output it. And then I chose what device should make it quote-unquote smart, you know? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we can focus the blob, we can focus this one, we can even inspect it, but we don't get any information, but that's okay, because eventually we're going to use this UI, Apple TV 4K. I like the idea of Chromecast. Like Apple TV, I've had Apple TVs since 2012 or something like that, and they have always worked extremely well. Unfortunately, with the new liquid glass, my Apple TV 4K even has problems rendering it sometimes. It lags in the menus, outputting, I don't know, it's, yeah, 4K. And that's crazy. Keep the UI simple. But I like the idea of Chromecast as well, because if you have a TV with a good sound, so you don't need any external, whatever they are called, then you can put it on the wall, have a Chromecast in, hide just one cord, and it looks beautiful. Yeah, fuck that. I know, like, smart TVs as well, they show ads. What the fuck, man? I don't want ads in the TV I paid good money for, right? Do you output in 4K with HDR, Codecube? I do 4K HDR and some other bells and whistles, and sometimes it drops a frame or two. Okay. Now I'm just running around, playing around. Let's see. Character 01. Okay, beautiful. So now we generate all the functionality on the creature in this graph. What interaction do we have? We have add interaction focus editor node. So now I want to add interaction inspect. Escape, smart TVs would be cool if they had an okay smartphone CPU inside instead of a crappy one. Almost all of them. That makes the TV lag as hell. Yes. 100%. Yeah. Data is gold. So let's see, scripts, creature generation. We're gonna move this one eventually. I just have to say it every time. Editor, nodes, agent, interactions, and then we change the name of this one, interactions. Okay, let's duplicate this and this. Add interaction, inspect, return node. Yeah, like that's the biggest part about smart TVs for me. They also make the TVs like they age so much quicker, right? As soon as I know people that rely on the smart TV, they don't do an external device. Like as soon as the company drops support for that TV model, so it doesn't get updated anymore, then they have to buy a new TV. It's so weird, even though it can display images properly with good FPS. It's weird. Okay, input port, animate entity, input port, I don't know, inspect. Information providers, yeah, we're gonna change this one eventually. We don't have any extra setup here yet. I wonder if it's time to move away from this information provider and go with the new Unity UI now as well. HomePod I've never had. How is it? Is it good? Okay, so our inspectable is just gonna have input count 1. So we're pretty much just gonna take an animate entity and return an animate entity. Yes, and then we do focus game object, we skip this one. Add interactable new. Just animate entity, right? Yep. There we go. Like for an I don't give a shit about setup, just play sound setup, it's very good sound. Yeah, we have... I think we have one Sonos at home, and I mean, when it works, it's fantastic, but it has some problems with pairing and stuff like that. Sometimes. Add action, add interaction, inspect editor node. What? Let's remove this one. There we go. I like defining my entities like this. Interactions, actions, attributes, visuals. It's beautiful. Okay, let's see if we can save this one and test it. No. Oh. Oh shit, indeed. Thank you for dropping by, CodeCube. Appreciate it. Sleep well. Okay, so what kind of problem do we have here? Add interaction focus runtime node. We fail here, don't we? Input count 2. 1. Why? Did I screw this one up? Yeah. Can I jump to this one quickly? Yo, well, that should be okay. Game object instantiate editor node. Runtime node. Generate output instantiate prefab, otherwise just a new. And then value, we set it. What kind of error is this? Nothing fails. We try to get value from cache, it fails. Hmm. But it fails here. Input count 2. Okay, hopefully we can get to the bottom of this soon, but before we do, I need to run AFK a couple of minutes. Be right back. Okay, back. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see if we can get to the bottom of this issue. We got this issue after adding this one, right? I just want to see if we have the same issue, ignoring it or not adding it. But it's weird. We do. Not the same. What's happening? I wonder. If we have some issue with action focus, this one. Null conditionals, but this one isn't a Unity object, however. Neither is this one, but this one is. You know what? Could be. Instantiate dependencies. I guess we're gonna have to do it like this then. Or hopefully that one won't be a problem anymore. No idea about the rest, however. And then let's add back Let's try this. I1, please. What action is it? It might very well still be action inspect. Oh, I like this so much though. Congratulations, PG King. Now you're in the hole. Abstraction. I find abstractions to be really nice, but it can bite you in the ass as well. Yeah, it's very pretty when it comes together. Oh, okay. Good. If and we do all of this, right? Get action focus, focus on turret change. Okay. Hopefully that was the issue. This is playable, action related. But like, how the fuck can this not be set to anything? When we instantiate it here, it makes this double instantiation might screw us. But this one as well. Object reference not set to an instance of object. Add interaction focus runtime node. We can't seem to get, but that might actually fail. I wonder if that fails. I wonder if this one fails and then prompts this one or the other way around. And we have add interaction focus here. But this one is playable action handler. This is not. Why? So I think which one is our input to this one? It's instantiate. It's this one, game object instantiator. I want to see the editor node first. We add a game object option, and then we add an output port. And then we instantiate this prefab if we have one. Get option by name. We set the prefab here, that's good. Input count 0, output count 1. If prefab is not null, then we instantiate this one. Otherwise we do this. And then we set the value as cache. Oh, could it be? I wanna see if I find it weird that this haven't been a problem previously if it's a reference issue, but it has to be. I think. Or it makes sense. Does it? Okay, that's not it. We get the output from cache, but it is null. Hmm. Hmm. Could it be? I have no idea. Output index. Could it be output index here? And interaction runtime focus 1. And this is input index. Inputs, yeah, that's where we use it. Yo, what's up, Matt? Do you design game with GDD? I don't even know what GDD is, so I guess the answer is no. Let me Google that real quick. Game design document. Like it's getting real hard with all the abbreviations, you know. Ayo, what's up, Antonino? Hope you had a wonderful weekend, man. Of course, I have a game design document. This issue is quite weird. What I hate the most with this one is that we're getting the issue sometimes and sometimes not, right? Got game creatures generation graph game object instantiator runtime node output from cache. Generated new editor creature generation graph add interaction focus runtime node output. And this is where it fails. But that means that this one returns true. Then it fails here. Add interaction focus runtime node output. Why the hell do we get an issue here? If this one return true. Does that make any sense? Generate a new add interaction focus runtime node. So this one returns true. Generate output. This one returns true. Oh, let me check. Add interactable focusable. It's a nice blob. Is creature spawner. -2, 2, -2, 2. Okay, we don't get the correct position since it fails. Action list. Okay, so if we skip that node, then it works. Add interaction inspect editor node. Are we trying to get this one again? Nah. Add interaction inspect editor node. Input port, output port. Input output. Okay, one issue less. Fucking hell. Two issues left. Less. How... Can't really inspect this one. And we need to fix the focus collider as well. But so it seems like add interaction inspect runtime node. Whoa. And then we have this. I'm pretty sure this is related to. We're gonna take a look at it soon. But I think we can't inspect it because it's on the default layer. So that's a node we need as well. This one is on dynamic entity. Okay. But we have dynamic entity. Yeah, we're gonna set this one. We don't need a node for that. But this one is quite annoying as well. Do we have any conditionals? No. Are we instantiating it twice? Yeah, I need to fix this playable action handler. It's screwing me in every way. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Instantiate availability event, instantiate visual feedback. I think this is where we have it. Or yes. I think I'm wondering when in all of this let's see, playable action focus. Wondering if we have some type of double instantiation in this case, which would suck. And there we get no. It has to be null conditional related. Still can't focus on this one. Oh yeah, that's a whole other problem. Okay, this works. Okay, with every recompile this works. Yes. Okay, so that's what we're working with. Clear this one. Play. Instantiate action focus. Okay, only one for player, one for blob, and then we have two other ones. New game object. Yo. Really? This one? What? But I'm wondering if this is for the blob before it actually has its name. Second. Okay, this is definitely weird. Yo, okay. That's not good. Yeah. Because then we do this. And here we add it. Oh, it's so stupid. And then we instantiate it. And we add it here as well, do we? No, we don't. Yo, what's up, GDs? Just fucking around with null pointers. How about you? Okay, so eventually yeah, we want to do it in start. Get actions. This one is okay, I think. But yeah, so we want to do this. The problem being yeah. Okay, we need to clean this one up eventually, but I think we're gonna do this. And this. Let's see what kind of result we get from this. One less, that's good. This is the only one we want to see. Add action focus runtime node. Yes. Which brings us to this. Which brings us to It's very important that instantiate is called from what the hell did I change? What did I think by doing it like this? So yeah, tomorrow we're probably gonna take a look at Action Handler again, because I want to take its 3 classes: Action Handler, and we have Playable Action Handler and Animate. Playable Action Handler and Animate Action Handler. I want to merge all of those 3, which shouldn't really need 2 separate ones. The playable stuff will be handled from a separate class. It's a very specific use case, since it's only going to be used for the playable character. Nothing else in the scene will use it, so it would be nice if we just have an, like, not a wrapper class, but like a separate class that handles visual feedback and stuff like that, and that fetches whatever it needs. Instantiate action. Instantiate thing. So we are left with is this actually done before it gets its name? Or no, we got an error before that, okay. Yes, because now we have action move rigid body, which have this here, instantiate attribute dependencies. Okay. We want to change this to and then we want to have hit action, click void instantiate. Of course. Action move rigid body. I see it. So the problem is that we have a lot of setup here with attribute-based value instances. We need to pair them to the attributes in question eventually. We could do it in instantiate attribute dependencies. Okay. So action move rigid body setup. Of course. Yes, okay. Because this setup here should be created in add action move here, I think. Yeah, we create the setup like this. But I also want to... Yes, we're gonna fix this eventually, so we just have a reference here to it. And then when it's time to instantiate specifics, instantiate attribute dependencies. Did we have that one? Up here. So then we do when the host calls for instantiate specifics. That's when we do this. Yes. This one is probably going to be, we're going to move it to action eventually. Because all actions are going to have attribute dependencies. Energy, for one. Okay. We can focus. Okay, extremely nice to have that taken care of. But let's see, what I want to do is animate or dynamic entity. I want to set the tag here. Think layer. Layer mask. How do we want to do this? I don't want to rely on this. I'm not going to set it properly in the prefab, I don't think. Or you know what? You know what? I think we're going to do it like this. Hell yeah, we are. Original layer, yes. Then we do game object, instantiation, editor node, game object, text, add option. And then we do yeah, I would like to get it here. We do it like this. Then when we instantiate the game object, we set the layer here. But I don't want the default layer to be zero, I don't think. Where do we have it? Nothing. Or do I? Dynamic entity. Alt is probably better, but I think we're gonna go dynamic entity internal. Dynamic entity internal. And that's it. Yeah, in one layer. Yeah, okay. Like, isn't it layer mask dot? Yeah. Layer to name. The fuck? Entity original layer mask. We just use it like that. Set layer, int layer, okay. Are we gonna have to do... I wanna see if this works, but that's weird. Layer mask. Stupid. I want to see how it works. If it works. Because I don't think we have any... maybe we do. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Skip that one. I just need to check. Have we failed? Do we have more game object instantiations that we don't take care of? Can we search? Game object in dynamic entity, that's just one. Dynamic entity internal. Dynamic entity internal. Well, we did get 4 outputs though. Yeah, that's correct. No. I know what the issue is. It's layer, and then we... Okay, I don't know what the issue is. Thought we missed serialized field, but we didn't. Layer index, yeah, but maybe we could do it like this actually. Guess we could go with string here, but it's so nice. Now I want to have the drop-down menu. This should work, shouldn't it? Okay, then we get the mask value. Like, the Unity editor does it, right? So we should be able to do it. The game mode here is up to, okay. Did I screw it up with... No, or maybe. We already have it as interior. We send it in. Okay, so we want to do layer, and then we do right. What value do we get here? Feels like we're getting way bigger value than we want. Dynamic entity internal. I don't want to write it as a string for every nodes. I want this drop down, that's the problem. One, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Oh, no. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Okay. Yes. So this is just an editor, so this is probably an int here, but we render it. Okay. So nice with this drop down. Any way around it? So I want to drop down, but we want the correct int number here. Yes. So I want to say I'll work with int here and here. So then we're gonna leave it up to the editor node to do this conversion in some way. But that's gonna have to wait. Because I need to run. I don't even know how to summarize today's stream. It was a lot of bug fixing. Annoying bugs as well. Not as much bugs as runtime errors, but yeah, you get it. Hopefully it will be a better stream tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.